Good morning, everybody. We're going to have to be a little louder than that if we're going to change the world today. The State of Private Investment and Conservation report that Forest Trends did a little while ago stated that private capital committed to conservation jumped by a staggering 62%. Low base, but a great growth rate.
I think you can see some great parallels between conservation finance and the timberland investment business as it started. And just to give you one example is when timberland investment started, there were no indices, there was no benchmark of what are the returns from this asset class. The plural of anecdote is data. And you know, I think we're beginning to build up enough anecdotes where you can say, yeah, here's an investable opportunity.
We were founded on this proposition that this incremental investment could tip the scales towards green, and so we were really fast out of the blocks in investing in those demonstration projects at the very smallest scale. The first concentrating solar power plant in Morocco, the first protected areas, and those proved out extremely successfully.
Capital markets like boring, and that many of the pioneers in this sector were artists, and they like to do innovative and new.
The really good news is I don't know everybody in the room anymore.
We have everywhere to pick from, but we've got to pick only the highest and best. So when I think about the challenges for the space, it's really proving and continuing to prove that we can provide that risk-adjusted return that clients want to see.
What we've seen from clients is a desire to use conservation investing to satisfy a thematic goal in the portfolio, and that is of supporting conservation through investment dollars. Specifically because these tend to offer the benefit of having a good, stable, current yield that is equal to or higher than what they could get in the fixed income markets, plus the benefit of the potential upside that they could accrue similar to a private investment.
We've looked creatively around our own region and around the world, and we have yet to find something that would be transferable, scalable, relevant to water and to our region. So we've decided to create something. And that creation is something that we're calling the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Blue Growth Fund.
For the pay for success model, which we can unpack another day, we look for stuck things like this. An alternative solution to building those tunnels started to emerge, and that's green infrastructure.
This wasn't a concessionary deal. This was a market rate deal. This priced similar to DC Water's similar tenured bonds.
If this can help convince others to do the same, take the same approach, that's really exciting to us.
This became a bond because we were sitting around and somebody made a joke saying, wouldn't it be hilarious if we did a social impact bond that was actually a bond?
What we're really looking for in any guarantee we do is additionality.
These kinds of risk mitigation, structural risk mitigation approaches need to be applied to mitigate the right risks.
Success for us is that within the instrument, there is some inbuilt mechanism whereby risk is addressed in an efficient way by the private markets on their own.
Altila is really two things. It's first of all to design products so that more and more capital can flow into conservation and climate finance, and also to find innovative way to deploy this capital on the ground.
We see, more and more clients and mainstream clients interested in that space. We will take any knowledge that is out there in the sector, try to see what we can use from that information, and then basically work on investment blueprints that would allow at one point to turn these ideas into investment products.
Everything that we've seen speaks to the growth in the pool of investment and investors that are interested in this style of investing.
I do think that technology has an incredible role to play in inputs as well as outputs.
Things that are important oftentimes are hard to do. Thank you. And truly, we are inspired by the work that you guys are doing.